Hi everybody, Tom here. Thanks for joining me on the channel. Today you're watching Joy en Route. So today I'm out on the highway, as I rather frequently find myself, waving at all the other cars. No, I don't really do that. Maybe sometimes, if it's another Class B campervan. And we're making turns and we're going here and there, but actually we're approaching the Montana border. And as I'm driving along here, I see something up on the left. And I'm wondering what that is. Looks like a bunch of teepees. Okay, let's go ahead and stop and see what that's about. I think there's a sign up here soon enough that says Fort Union. Maybe we already passed it, but here comes the turn. There it is, Fort Union. Let's go check it out. After cleaning the windshield a little bit. A lot of grasshoppers in western North Dakota and eastern Montana. A lot of grasshoppers.
Make a U-turn, then turn left onto Montana 327.
And they make a big splat on your windshield. Alright, let's go check this out.
Continue for half a mile.
Well, we're at the Fort Union Trading Post, a National Historic site. Just barely on the North Dakota side. As a matter of fact, I had crossed into Montana, and then when I turned off the highway, having seen this from the highway, and thought I'd go ahead and stop, on the road in it said entering North Dakota. So I guess this is on the North Dakota side, but boy, we are right on the border. The sidewalk just kind of ends right here. So, I don't know. Maybe we just go au naturel at this point. Kind of more like what it was back in the days when the trading post was active, would be my guess. Have an informational display or two here. Let's go find out what they say. Riverbat Landing. Fort Union's busy deepwater landing was located just below where you are now standing. Okay. That looks kind of non-wet at this point. So, interesting. Okay, front gate, and my shadow gets all over this. Sorry. The sun is what it is. I'm just standing to the side to try and get as much as I can here. There, that's probably the best view right there. Okay. Now, let's go inside, see what's going on. What in the world is this all about? No clue. Alright, well, let's head in and see what we can find. Stop off at the trade house here first. Oh, look at this.
How you doing?
Good. Do you mind if I record?
No.
Excellent. Thank you.
This room is the reception room, and this is the entire reason there's forts here.
Ah,
This is our conference room. When tribes come down and set up camp all around the fort, you'd have up to 5,000 people camped around here.
no kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And a delegation of chiefs and elders come here and meet with the traders. You probably have anywhere from 12 to 20 people in this room. Fire will be going, there'll be coffee on, also be stew cooked, everybody has a meal.
Uh-huh.
Have to be a good host. Get caught up with the news, latest gossip. Haven't seen you folks since last year. How'd everybody do over the winter? How's so-and-so behaving?
Uh-huh.
And lots of long-winded speeches. And after doing this for about 6 or 8 hours, we start talking business.
That's a long preamble.
Well, one of my coworkers compares it to Christmas. You know, you haven't seen each other all year.
Huh?
And there's going to be feasting, gift-giving ceremonies, and lots of talking, and getting caught up with all the family gossip and news.
Well, it paints a kind of a warm and cozy picture of
Yeah.
how times were. Now, this whole fort was in operation like
39 years.
okay, and like starting in what kind of
1828.
1828.
And it was torn down when the Army got out here in 1867.
Oh,
So the Army set up Fort Buford 1866. 1867, the Army acquired Fort Union.
uh-huh.
We don't know if they paid for it.
Uh-huh.
This is all pre-cut lumber, pre-cut stone, and what the Army didn't grab, steamboats used for firewood.
Uh-huh. So this is a rebuild then,
Yep.
effectively.
They had a 3-year archaeological dig out here from 1986-88.
Uh-huh.
Found the original foundation stones and 1.5 million artifacts. Very small percentage on display.
Yeah.
And anyway, we're going to work out the value of the pellets in exchange for these trade goods. Watch this first step. Who's that? Actually, come on in. Mind waiting while these folks come in?
No problem. At this point, we were joined by a family with kids, and I feel uncomfortable recording other people's kids, so basically I just let the camera fall to my side while continuing to capture the audio of our conversations. And I think what I'm going to do here at this point is just play the audio of one of our more interesting conversations as a backdrop to my visit to the Fort Union Museum, which is a very small little, brilliantly and very beautifully crafted museum, which you should go and take a look at should you stop at Fort Union. So here's some of that conversation that we had.
Questions so far?
No, not for me.
What kind of margin did the trading company make, supposedly? Would you guess?
Per hide, $1.
And that was probably a lot.
They worked in bulk. This fort would send down 25 to 40,000 buffalo hides a year.
Oh, wow.
So
And that's why there's
25 to $40,000 a year. Actually, it's a little more complicated than that. All those hides, everyone's brought in by the tribes.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Indian tribes, their favorite portion of the buffalo was the cow. Meat's more palatable, the hides are easier to handle. If this was a bull, that'd be half again that size, and the leather would be twice to 3 times thicker. And
Yeah, I would guess they wouldn't want
and
bulls.
that's also your breeding stock.
Yeah.
So buffaloes were actually in decline before Columbus ever showed up.
Really? Huh. So that you see the thickness of that hide would have been kind of hard to believe that they would be able to kill it or take it down with an arrow.
Yeah.
You'd think,
Yeah. Well, they had one other method. It was called buffalo jump.
Yeah,
Push them off the.
that works good.
Hang on a
Is
second.
there
here.
a buffalo jump around here?
Not in the immediate area.
There's one down by Three Forks or something.
Well, there's Billings. They have the where Painted Canyon is. It's like sacrifice.
There's one up in Canada called Busthead. Now this was the actually preferred method of hunting a buffalo. This is a lance head. That'd be put on an 8 or 9 foot shaft. You'd be about that high when you're done right putting it together.
Wow.
And buffalo hunting, there's a lot of machismo with it.
Yeah.
Show off to the girls, try to impress your buddies, ride into the herd. Right between the ribs.
Wow.
How successful the hunt was how few horses were injured.
Let's take a look inside of a genuine teepee. How many of you have ever been in an actual teepee? Smells like rawhide, because that's what that is. Looks like they had a fire in here at one point. And I have no idea what the rope does, but I guess I was a little disappointed in the lack of informational displays in the area within the fort, but, outside in the yard, that might have, told me what kinds of activities or purpose each area of the fort served. I have a feeling that that will all come in time, but it kind of left me just speculating and probably getting it all wrong. Don't know what this would have been. I guess is water here, because that's kind of deep. Storage? Don't really know. I think they must have had a bell up there. Yep, there's a bell up there. All right, we're heading back up. One thing I do notice here that I will just zoom into is some of the fracking operations going on. I thought, well, I can't zoom from this view. I gotta stop and switch around. Yeah, okay, so from here, if I zoom in 3x, can't see it all that well. Somebody's driving over there that's kicking up a lot of dust. But yeah, let's see if I can see it. I've got, the screen is really bright. There it is. But yeah, that's some of the fracking infrastructure that exists out here on the plains these days. I think the folks back in the day would be surprised to see a highway with travelers just rocketing by constantly. Beautiful set of teepees out there, although they don't look like they're made of rawhide. And just kind of scanning around to see what's out there in the distance. What do we got going on way over there? Don't know what kind of operation that is. Yeah, just a very beautiful countryside. tend to prefer things a little more green. I'm sure it was green earlier in the year. Spring. But we have passed the dry line, so I think that colors such as this are kind of the norm in the summertime.
Yeah, one thing I was really surprised about, and I read this and I double checked it. When your buffalo disembowels your horse, a lot of times what the Braves would do was, they'd stop, put everything back in position, and stitch it up. And they had about an 80% recovery rate.
No kidding.
Wow.
Wow.